This week on What the Heck, we check in with Tyler, talk favorite cities, and face off in Will Ferrell Jeopardy. Crack a cold one, kick your feet up, and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and germs. Most people probably listen to this during the daytime, so happy day.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
I'm Collin Frederick with Tyler Heck. It's just the two of us. Classic. Jake's back on his old shit, skipping every other show.
Almost literally, right? Just kidding.
Got him. Yeah, it's just Tyler and I here for your listening pleasure, which, like, we're the fun ones anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's a little late in the evening.
We've gone from normal time for us is probably, 7:30, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
To a couple weeks ago, it was like early / like afternoonish.
Yes.
And now here we are, it's almost 9:30, and we just turned everything on.
Kicking off. Which is like fine. I guess I don't have anything else to be doing except for sleeping. But I don't need to go to bed early. I can stay up way past my bedtime, maybe even until 10:30, because
you might have to.
I'm gonna have to. Taking a little vacation.
Nice.
Not like a real vacation where like I go to somewhere nice and warm and fun.
Vacation's all I ever
Mostly
wanted.
just a couple days off of work.
Yep.
Sometimes you need that, I found, in life.
You have to.
You have to.
If you don't, you're crazy.
You're a crazy guy. We were supposed to go to Florida a couple weeks ago, like we talked about, that I wasn't bitter about, but was supposed to go to Florida.
But definitely
not
sounds
bitter.
like
Yeah,
it.
no.
But still not.
No, totally not. But since that was canceled, that was like our only vacation for the year, and which is probably kind of a blessing because we're like, well, now we don't have to spend all that money, and we're
True
kind
story.
of like, probably don't need to really book another vacation because now we're 11 months from the wedding.
Man, it's right there. You can almost see it.
You can almost taste the cacique,
Cabo Wabo shots.
Cabo Wabo.
I think that's in Cabo, but
It's
whatever.
close enough,
Yeah,
probably.
it's right there, isn't it?
It's like warm and there's water, so.
Yep.
So yeah, we're taking a little mini road trip this weekend just to get away.
Who are you gonna see?
I'm gonna see Kevin and Aaron. They won't hear this by then because Aaron has been Facebook messaging
Much
me.
behind.
She's way behind. She just she messaged me, I think it was today, and she was like, "Oh, so are we the couple from Minnesota that you mentioned in the Christmas episode?" And I said, "I don't know, Aaron. That was 2 months ago."
Christmas?
Yeah,
What's going on?
that's
And
what
we recorded that like a long time before Christmas because we
Yes.
got it in early,
I know.
knowing we were gonna be busy.
I know. So I was like,
I was just about to give her a shout out because she recommended us on Facebook.
she did. I do appreciate
That was pretty cool.
So far, I can, our listenership is up 0%, but
But it's also down 0%.
hard to say. It
I
might
think.
actually be down.
I'm guessing.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm not in
whatever.
this for the money.
We could have one listener. Well, we'll always have at least three
I
between the
always
three of us.
I don't know if Jake listens. Do you think Jake listens?
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of like Aaron. I'm behind because I don't want to listen to it. Like we just talked about it, so I want to go back and hear things a little bit later
Yeah, it's true.
that I
Then
maybe
then you
forgot
can
about.
chuckle
So,
about it.
so I just listened to the Super Bowl one.
Okay, so you're like a
what's
little
today, Wednesday.
behind.
I listened to it on Monday.
Like a
while I was
couple
at school.
weeks behind. You're not
Yeah.
months.
No, I'm not like super behind.
I usually was like always really good about it, and I was up to date every week, just because like I want to make sure that
We're putting out a good product.
yeah, I don't want it to just be like shit that no one actually wants to listen to.
Yeah.
Not that by the time I'm listening to it, I could do anything about it, but
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's-
could fix it the next week.
Mhm.
But probably the last month or so, I've been a little bit behind. So it's generally only a week or two, but it's tough. When I'm in the
Yeah.
car with Katie, I can't listen to it because she listens like the day that it comes out. So then she's always already heard it.
She's already
if
done.
I'm
She doesn't
behind.
want. She doesn't want to hear her voices again.
She should, because we're great.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to see Erin, and she mentioned that there may be treats for us, and I said, I will deliver them probably
Later.
I was like,
Is that the one she sent the picture of asking for an address?
yeah. She's like, do you want candy or something else? And I was like, hey, I don't care. Truthfully, it's all the same in that I shouldn't be having any of it.
Correct.
And I said, I will do my best to make sure that it makes it home, but no promises because it's a long drive.
It is.
As it is, I'm gonna be trying to make the road trip without like my normal road trip snackies.
Is that not one of the hardest things to do?
Yeah, it sucks a lot.
Yeah. I drove to my sister's last weekend, and I tried so hard not to get anything. So, like, I filled up with gas the night before, so I didn't have to worry about it. And by the time I got to the Dells, I had to. So I just stopped. I got a water, and then I wanted to try the new Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, the water doesn't cancel it out, but it at least helps with all the sugar and everything. But also, the new Mountain Dew has 0 calories.
Really?
Which I was very surprised because it wasn't a diet or anything. Just
That
a
is
regular
shocking.
watermelon flavored Mountain Dew, which
Is it any good?
it was pretty good. Are you a big watermelon Jolly Rancher guy?
Yeah.
That
as
is
a matter of
exact
fact.
like you're drinking a watermelon Jolly
All right,
Rancher.
so I'll be getting one of those.
It was good. But so normally I would probably have gotten that and like something salty and something sweet.
100%.
This time I only got the Mountain Dew. So I felt better.
That's progress.
But
that is progress.
yeah.
I've been trying to, like on our trips to Savannah, I'm big into like the Gatorade Zero or Vitamin Water Zero, with no sugar, no calories, that kind of deal. That helps, but still has a little bit of flavor because I'm a bad water drinker. I've been trying to be better. I was really good for a little while, and I've like gotten a little bit worse again, but still like okay. But I need a little flavor in my life sometimes, so I go that route. And I've been trying to do like a Special K, like a little protein bar deal.
Oh yeah.
They have like a strawberry one that's pretty good, so
Those
it's a little
are
bit
pretty
sweet.
good, yeah.
Still, I think it's like 160 calories instead of however many calories are in an entire bag of combos.
A lot more. I'm guessing.
But I'm the same way. It always used to be something salty and something sweet, and
usually a soda.
Or
Or even like just a regular Gatorade, which isn't also very good for you when you're just sitting on your butt for a couple hours.
Right. Yeah, I was always that way. It would be like a Gatorade and a Red Bull. Granted, I usually get sugar-free Red Bull.
Well, hey, there you go.
But yeah. So
So it sounds like we're just getting better. That's all you can ask
hey,
for.
all you can ask for is progress.
Baby steps.
I in the weight loss world I was on this little bit of a plateau for like a week or two, and I was getting so goddamn frustrated.
Oh my gosh.
Even though like it doesn't matter, we're still like generally moving in the right direction.
Yep.
But oh my god, I was like, why is this happening?
Doesn't it suck when you're like just in the same spot? You fluctuate up and down a little bit, but you just can't. That's where I was until honestly like yesterday.
Same.
And I finally broke it, and now we
Right.
went and got the watershed tonight.
But yeah, that does not.
So that's
help.
not going to help. But at
No,
least
but-
I broke that spot, and so like mentally, I think it's more of a mental thing at that point, where you just got to get through it, and once you get through the first one, then it just becomes a little bit easier to keep going.
I agree, and that would be the downside of me getting on the scale every morning is that every day I have to see that. So like after if I went once a week, it probably would kind of even itself out a little bit. But
Yeah. No, I've got that's the wrestler in me. And I think Jake brought it up a couple weeks ago when we talked about it. Like that's just I got to check every morning and I got to check every night just to see like what I did, and more just to keep me honest. Like then I know like, oh, I probably shouldn't have this because I'm going to be checking the scale later. Like it's not a
100%.
bad thing because I've learned how to use it correctly.
Right.
But it also at some point it's like, gosh, I just can't get past this one number. Like I've been there 3 or 4 times in the last week, just can't hit it. And then finally you do, and you're like, all right, let's keep it going.
I somehow broke my little plateau over the weekend in Savannah when I was not working out. So
Nice.
that was weird.
That I was up at I didn't eat a bunch when I was
Right.
up at my
Yeah,
sister's,
we
but
did
I
better than
definitely
we
didn't
usually
eat
did.
as
We
good
didn't-
as I have been.
We didn't get Manny's.
And
We did have ice cream cake, but we did not get
Well,
mayonnaise.
hey, there's your trade-off right there.
So, yeah, man.
We're here.
What we meant to say was, we're trying, folks.
Yep.
We're doing our best.
We're on the way. We got time.
We got
Remember the
time.
goals for the wedding.
I know.
I've got really like whatever I look like before then, whatever numbers I'm at before then. Who cares?
Hey, who cares? And
It's all
truthfully,
about-
when it really comes down to it, I'm not gonna like cancel the wedding, but
Hope not.
I really would like
Like
to.
I'm still gonna go.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. But anyway, bear with us, folks. Someday, it'll be like, what the heck's with these skinny guys?
Yeah, maybe.
Actually, that's not true. I think it actually is impossible for me to be skinny.
What the heck is with these almost normal size guys?
Like less chubbies. Cruising chubbies is where we're going tomorrow. But until then, Tyler, what the heck?
We're gonna have to maybe ask Jake at some point to also answer this question.
If we ever see him again.
Yeah, who knows? But tonight I kind of wanted to talk about, it's getting warmer out.
It is.
And by warmer, I mean it's in the high upper 30s, lower 40s, which for Wisconsin is like that's essentially summer weather at this point. I have 16 kids in my class, and probably half of them wore shorts the last 2 days,
I dig it.
and I don't blame them. But I bring that up because we are getting warmer. Everything, we're getting to that great time in spring, almost spring, where everything's melting. So the whole world is just wet for
And
days
just so
and weeks,
muddy.
and it's just nasty out. And
Oh.
even in the nicest, sunniest days, you're just like stomping through puddles. Like it's terrible. But I bring it up because of the whole shorts thing, and I wonder, do you wait for a certain date to start wearing shorts on the regular, or is it a temperature?
Definitely not a date. I previously in my life have, for the most part, I've been better or worse, I guess. I don't know. The last couple of years, but I previously was a shorts year-round guy. Because, and I still stand by this theory, it's more my working outside that causes me to wear pants. But for the most part, and even through college and stuff, I would rather be wearing shorts and be cold for 10 minutes outside walking to or from my car or to or from a building than sweating my balls off for 8 hours wearing pants.
Yes.
Because wearing pants inside is pretty much my least favorite thing ever. So as soon as I get home, if I do wear pants to work or out to eat or whatever, as soon as I get home, I change my clothes. I put on a pair of athletic shorts, and I usually change my shirt because I wear undershirts when I'm going out. So then that's 2 shirts, and that's just
it's too much.
Too much.
Mhm.
So as a guy that always runs hot, I will wear shorts as much as I possibly can. I probably should have been wearing them this week, and in normal circumstances I would have. I just didn't even really consider it, frankly, which is kind of disappointing. Yeah. I did, especially weird because, I had my window open in my office the other day. It was 38, and I had my window open because I was like, oh my God, it's so nice out. Turns out when you're, not outside in the sun, it's not really quite that warm.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I would say it's definitely more of a temperature thing for me. And I don't even necessarily have a hard temperature. It kind of depends what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like I said, if I'm going to be in and out, I would be very comfortable wearing shorts right now because I can totally be outside in shorts for a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
But it's also hard in my line of work because if I'm actually on the lake, depending on the time of year, that can cause serious variance in temperature.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be weird in the spring. We'll be out, 200 feet from shore, working on the end of a pier, and there will be people on shore in shorts and t-shirts. A nice sunny day, they're in shorts and t-shirts on shore, but at the end of a 200-foot long pier, you might still be wearing coveralls because the wind blowing across 40-degree water is like a
It's
giant air
pretty cold.
conditioner, and it
Yeah.
gets cold.
Yep.
So dressing appropriately for that particular job is a tricky thing, and generally requires at least starting the day dressed warmer than you might normally. But if it's a day that I'm going to just be in the office and maybe I have to like run down to the launch with a boat lift or whatever, I can totally tolerate shorts for that, and should probably. I just put my real holy pair of work pants in the laundry today, so perhaps when I get back from my little weekend, it'll be time to bust out the shorts.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I think I don't have a date. It's all about not even really the temperature either, how it feels.
Yep.
Like if we have a warm winter, right now would probably still feel somewhat
chilly.
cold.
Mhm.
But since we went 2 weeks where we were negative wind chills, it feels warmer than it actually probably is. And I could
100%.
get away with wearing shorts for the same reason. I'm not outside all that much.
Mhm.
And when I am, it's walking from my car to the school building to my car. Like, and that's not a very long walk. So I'm at the point where like I'm considering pulling the shorts out. I'm not there yet, just in case, because I'm also like once I switch, I'm not switching back.
Right.
So if I pull it out too early and then it goes back to being really cold, I just have to deal with it. Like I'm not gonna
that's
pull
true.
the
That's a
pants
tricky
back
thing.
out. The only other time that I would wear pants or anything like outside of winter would be like if I'm camping and I know it's gonna be pretty chilly at night.
Yeah.
Then I'll pull out a pair of jeans or something.
Mhm.
But yeah,
For
like
some
when
reason, when you said camping, I immediately pictured you in those zip-off like cargo hiking
I
pants.
used to have some of those in middle school and high school. Those were the greatest thing. I wish those were still around more.
I don't know why I thought that. It's not like you're like out backpacking across Europe.
No.
But I was like, oh yeah, nice zip-offs.
Yeah, those were awesome. I loved them. I had probably 2 or 3 pairs.
I had a pair semi-recently. In college, we went to Costa Rica. That was when this whole Costa Rica thing started. And they were like, you're going to need hiking boots and like some hiking pants, whatever. So I went to Cabela's and like bought a pair, and then I was the only one that had hiking clothes. Except, actually, that's not true. There was one other, and he had like real high-end, like
Oh,
fancy
like-
boy shit. And
yeah.
I bought like the Cabela's brand, like cheapos.
Well, Cabela's knows what they're doing.
They were okay, except that also was like at my very fattest, so the pants were gigantic. It was like a huge parachute, which would have been good if I fell off the mountain that they made me climb. But yeah, those pants, man.
My other question that goes along with this: when have you or do you ever really wear a winter heavy jacket?
Generally not. I pretty much, for the most part, made it through this whole winter with a hoodie. There were a couple of times, like, and when I initially first went outside to shovel, that maybe I had my Carhartt on. But then as soon as you start shoveling, you're too hot, so
Yep.
then you're taking that off. I have like a nicer North Face winter jacket that I'll wear if we're like going out to dinner, and a hoodie is inappropriate. But really, no, for the most part, this winter, in general, unless it's like super cold, again, for a prolonged period of time,
Yeah.
I'm generally just a hoodie guy.
I used to be. I do have a very nice thick Carhartt that I usually break out mostly for wrestling, like when we're going to tournaments or on
Mhm.
longer bus rides, because the buses usually
Buses are
don't get
cold.
very warm. And usually, like if I break that out, I just wear it
Mhm.
because part of me is always like, well, what if I'm driving somewhere and my car breaks down
Mhm.
and then I'm stuck here and all I have is the sweatshirt? Like I'd rather at least have it. I don't always have it on, but it's at least with me.
I try to
In the
always keep one
car.
in the car, like that, and
Yeah.
a pair of boots,
Yep.
and some gloves.
Really
Actually,
for that
mittens.
reason. Like it's there, and to school I'll wear it, because I kind of feel weird always just wearing a hoodie to school. Like right now I do because it's too hot to wear a jacket for me.
Right.
Even 39 degrees at 7:30 a.m. when the sun's not really even out. Like I'm good with the hoodie. It's not that big of a deal. But mid-December, going to school, coming from school, just doesn't, at this point, feels weird not wearing that jacket or
That's
a jacket.
reasonable to me. I don't really have, again, any hard, fast rules other than I wear them like as little as I can. If I was going to a football game in December and I was just going to stand still for 3 hours, I would wear a heavy coat.
Yes.
Snowmobiling, hunting, all feel like heavy coat occasions to me. But, yeah, like I said, even shoveling is not really a heavy coat thing. That is just too much. Unless it's
You're
like
moving.
miserably cold outside, which even then often
At
is
some
too
point
much.
it gets too hot, especially shoveling. You're moving so much. And when you're like shoveling, not snow blowing.
Correct.
Because people call it shoveling, but they're using a snowblower. That's not shoveling.
Doesn't count.
That's cheating.
That's cheating, Jake.
Yeah. Get a workout in.
Gosh, nerd. So this weekend I'm making a trip to a city, and that inspired me to talk about cities. Actually, this was Katie's idea.
Cities.
It inspired Katie to talk about
Well.
cities, but she's not here because she don't want to talk to us.
Sometimes we got to get outside influences for the show.
We have to. She really wanted us to talk about murders, but then it wouldn't come on to talk about murders. So
Yeah.
she's our
And
murder
she's the murder expert.
Yeah, for sure. She's like already definitely has a plan on how to kill me and get away with
Yeah.
it.
She hasn't, as far as we know, committed a murder at this point.
Right,
She's
but
just
it's
very
kinda
into
hard to
the
say.
crime documentaries and podcasts and all
It's
that
too much
stuff.
for me. So first, I would like to know: do you just have, if you just had to pick a favorite city, like general purpose? This is just your favorite city.
Like, why are we talking? Like, vacation city,
Not yet.
living
We're
city,
not talking
or
specifically
like,
any of those
do I
things.
just have a city that I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Just fond of generally.
man. I actually, I was still in college. I was right at the end of college, or maybe I was just out. Me and a couple friends road tripped to Denver to visit another friend from college who moved out there. And I really enjoyed, like, we were there for a couple days and didn't do a whole lot. But we at least got to see everything, and I really liked like just the atmosphere of the Denver area. We got to go to the old Coors Light Brewery.
Oh yeah.
We went to a couple of the bars right by the Rockies. I don't Coors Field.
I think it is Coors Field.
And then just even like where her apartment was at the time, not anywhere near this stuff, but still, like you knew you were in the city. But it didn't feel like the times I've been in Milwaukee, a bigger city, like it's just crazy hectic. I hate driving there. It sucks. Chicago to me is the same way. I love being in Chicago for like sports things, but
Right.
if I'm not there for that, I don't want to be there. Where Denver was like, I didn't mind walking anywhere. I didn't mind driving anywhere. There was a lot to do within that little area, but you also went a little bit farther, and there was other things. So yeah, I think I'd be putting Denver up on the top of my list.
That seems like a very reasonable choice to me. I have only spent like a very small amount of time in Denver. Like we were like driving through on our way to the Rose Bowl and stopped and had lunch kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But like made a point to like go have lunch in downtown Denver. I don't know. It feels a little cop-outy, but I probably would choose Minneapolis. I just like really loved it when I was there. It's not a discussion that I'm willing to have at this point, but I am less excited about it since a chunk of it got burnt to the ground. But like I think that especially bothers me. Well, I mean, whatever. It bothers me because Minneapolis was always like when I was there, it always like generally, as far as like real big cities go, felt relatively safe and clean.
Yeah.
Because cities can, not be that way pretty quickly. Like even Milwaukee, a much smaller city, doesn't particularly feel that safe or clean to me. And I also know that like every city has its areas that are great and clean and nice and
Right.
whatever. But just like, I don't know. I just don't get the same vibes from it. But no, I really, really loved Minneapolis. I spent actually really very little time in St. Paul, but I probably should have spent more because I think that's a pretty cool town as well. Yeah, it's a nice little spot, and Skyima, So now, what about city to vacation in?
City to vacation in would be. Can I pick two?
Yes.
All right. So my first one would be Vegas.
Yep.
Because again, there's like Vegas. You think there's not a whole lot to do. Maybe differently. Like you're gonna gamble, but it's everywhere is different. The atmosphere is different in every hotel, in every casino. You've got, you don't have to gamble. There's so many different shows you can go see, and just like, there's a lot that you can do that you can go for so many different reasons with so many different groups of people, and you're going to get a different experience if that's what you choose to do. So that would be probably my number one vacation city. I would also throw Panama City Beach on there. And I never did PCB like as the typical college spring break. Like my grandparents knew someone or
your
know someone
grandparents
who
are always
have
friggin' partying down there.
a condo right off the beach.
Classic.
Like you just walk across the road and the beach is right
They've got
there.
so many custom airbrush T-shirts they don't even know what to do themselves.
That's what we used to get. But the first time I ever went, I was like 10 or 12 maybe.
Oh, you're lit then.
So we went and just hung out in the complex. Like it's a gated community that we would just stay in. It had its own pools and tennis courts and stuff. But again, you cross the street and there's the golf right there.
Cool.
So we went there a couple times. Did go spring break my senior year of high school. So still too young to do anything super fun. And me and my friend didn't really go to do any of that. Like we just went because it was our senior year and we just wanted to go do something different.
Just a couple of Burlingtonians doing wild shit.
Yeah. So we stayed again with my grandparents. We rented the old scooters, rode up and down Main Street, went to the mall. Like there's again a lot more that you can do there than just your typical college spring break, go get drunk on the beach kind of thing. And I've always really enjoyed going. Like I've gone with my grandparents. We've met my grandparents there. We've gone with just my family and stayed at the condo. Like it's a nice area that gets a bad rap because of the whole spring break thing.
That's reasonable. I would probably, my number one choice would probably be Key West. It's on the small, like, I don't even I don't know. It's a city, but I have a hard time considering it a city because it doesn't feel like it's big enough for what I consider cities to be. And I don't even, truthfully, I don't even necessarily, like, want to be in Key West all that much.
Yeah.
But I would take it. It's a good place to vacation. Vegas is another option I like. Again, I have not done that as an adult yet.
Not yet, but we'll get there.
Not yet, but we'll get there with live podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have two that I've not been to either of them, but I'm imagining that I would like them very much.
They're just on your list.
They're on my list, and they're very similar, so I'm grouping them together. That would be Jackson, Wyoming, and Bozeman, Montana. I've decided in my head that I really love Bozeman. That's been like a couple of years now. It's probably Steve Renella's fault because he could be like, "Hey, I went to this town," and I'd be like, "Hey, man, I'd like to go to this town." Just like kind of you picture it where it's like always snowy, even though it's not.
Yeah.
Like a little ski town kind of vibe.
Like kind of just in the mountains.
Yeah, you just
and just there's nothing else around it.
no. You could probably like go to breweries and stay in cool lodgy hotels and whatever. So that would be kind of on my vacation city list as well. The real like gigantic cities do not interest me at all.
Not
Like-
for a.
Like I've been to LA several times, and it's not for me.
I'd go to LA just to be able to say I went, but I'm not sure I would enjoy it.
I was surprised at how much I did not enjoy it.
I'm not a big city
It was
kind of
giant
person,
and
honestly.
dirty, and you sat in traffic for every single thing you even considered doing.
I that's honestly one of my when I'm judging a city, one of the first things is traffic.
100%.
Does it suck to be in my car anywhere in this city?
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm just passing through, like I'm on the freeway. If I get stopped for almost any amount of time, I just curse that city out.
Yep, I would agree.
I'm sorry. Get your shit together.
Yeah, figured out. If you had to live in a city, and I have to phrase it like that because, like, I would not just choose to live in a city. But if there was, like, somebody said, you have to live in a city, pick one. What do you think?
I would go back to La Crosse. I loved living in La Crosse because you could go from, like, my little neighborhood of college houses
Borough.
and be in the city in a 5-minute walk, and it didn't feel like definitely it's a college town, so dirty, not all that safe, and all that, but it felt like it didn't feel like living in a city when you were living in a city.
Sure.
You still had your own little yard. Like everything was much, much closer together. Yards were not all that big, but for a while when I was there, I never imagined leaving. Like for a while was gonna stay there. I didn't care what I did to stay there, but I didn't want to leave. And part of it was just like that city atmosphere, and I think it also helped that La Crosse was a decent sized city, but you could also go to like Onalaska, which is not a huge city by any means, but it was away from the whole college thing, and it was kind of like Janesville-esque.
Sure.
Like that was the feel to it. So yeah, I think I'd pick La Crosse.
Again, my first answer is probably Minneapolis because that's what I'm the most familiar with, and I really did love living there. I think that if you told me I had to live in a city, I certainly could live there and be happy with life.
Yeah.
Kind of my wild card would be the DFW area. Dallas, Fort Worth. I've not spent like a ton of time down there. Most of the time that we've been down there, we've been inside the four walls of Travis's house. So like I've not like seen that much of the city.
Right.
But I love it. I love the South. People with cowboy hats and Southern accents. Cool. If it wasn't so goddamn hot, that's really my big thing.
Yeah.
My big two things are that it's on the other side of the country from like everybody that I know, and it's way too hot for me.
For a much longer time than it's way too hot up here.
100%. So like those two things are probably a big thing, but it's an awesome, awesome area. I just like pretty much love everything about it when I'm down there.
I've heard really good things about that whole area.
Truthfully,
I've not heard many bad things about Dallas Fort Worth.
I would not probably be that mad if I had to live in that city. It's a cool area. I think I'd probably fit in better there than Minneapolis as well. Yeah. I would really like to, perhaps another what the heck vacation that we take is maybe a road trip to Dallas and actually do Delassie and things.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be down with that. Murder.
I think there's a murder in my house. But then also like the contrast with Fort Worth and like the stockyards versus Dallas being kind of more like a techie urban area. I think it's real interesting. And they have Whataburger. So
that is never a bad thing.
Whataburger is freaking delicious.
Never a bad thing.
At what point does a town become a city in your brain? I'm sure there's a technical answer for this, and I don't care about that.
There has to be. I don't know. It's got to be like a number that goes from a town to a city, because I think that's what village to a town is as well. I could be wrong. To me, it is like the size of the buildings. Like, is there a downtown area where things are just a little bit bigger than anywhere else? And I would not, in my mind, I mean, Walworth is a town, so I wouldn't call it a city. But I think with that logic, people might argue, well, the square has some, those are the buildings are taller than anywhere else. Yes, I get that. But I mean, like,
actually tall.
There's like 4 of them. That's not, like, there has to be a strip, like a large area covered by some bigger businesses or larger apartment buildings like that. That's kind of where, if there's a hub anywhere, like in the middle of what people inhabit, that's what I would consider, like, that's where you start to see change from a town to a city.
That seems reasonable for me. Do you consider Janesville a city?
Yes.
Okay, I don't. In my brain, like, that's still just the big town.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why I feel that way.
I think okay. I could see that because, well, I don't know. I guess it depends where you go. Like, downtown Janesville kind of has that not big city feel, but city feel with,
right,
at least what I was describing.
Right.
But if you're on the outskirts of, like, you're going into Janesville just to fly up on the interstate, maybe I could see that.
God, I don't know.
But with the whole main drag, with all those
there's a lot of
restaurants
shit over
and
there.
stores and everything like that, I don't know. And just, it's got a freeway going right through it.
It does.
I don't know. I guess I could see where you're coming from.
For me, when I think cities, I'm thinking like large,
you're thinking like
metropolitan
big city
areas.
Okay.
And everything else is like a big town.
So you got like the towns, and then you got big towns, and then bigger towns, and then the cities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, like Key West, obviously is a city. Like, it's pretty decent sized, but it doesn't like feel like a city to me. You're not like, oh, I'm downtown, I mean, maybe you are, but I don't know. When you're at Minneapolis or in Milwaukee or Chicago and you're like downtown and you have to like tilt your head way up to look at things.
You get 2 hours of direct sunlight.
Yeah. I think it's like a lot of people and metro transit and taxi cabs.
Oh, Walworth has a taxi cab.
Well, yeah. All of these things have exceptions.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I tend to like lean towards like, when I think of cities, I think of big cities. But I have no hard numbers or reasoning as to why or where my cutoff is.
Yeah, it makes sense. I can see where you're coming from.
But that's dumb. And I wish I had a different word for places in between towns and cities.
Well, let's make one up. We'll get back to you, hecklers, on
Sound.
how our larger towns / smaller cities will be called.
Perhaps like titty.
Titty Bank.
I don't know. I'll have to continue developing that thought.
We'll work on it.
It's worth exploring, I think, but yeah.
If there is, maybe there is a word out there already that someone knows.
There could be.
Let us know.
Yeah, man. I just don't buy into the Beloit, Janesville, Burlington city thing. Madison, I'd probably give you as a city.
Yeah.
It's kind of borderline, but I'd give it to you. Milwaukee, I'd give to you. Chicago, I probably wouldn't do La Crosse or Eau Claire.
Yeah, with your reasoning, I don't think those. Because La Crosse, to me, is very similar to Janesville. The only difference is it has 3 different colleges also there.
Yeah, see, and I was even trying to use that kind of logic. I was like, does it have a college? Well, yeah, but sometimes, like, Whitewater does not feel like a city to me.
No, that feels more.
That's a
that
town.
feels less of a city than like an Eau Claire or a La Crosse.
I would agree with that. Then I was like, well, what about an airport? And I was like, well, no. Like, even Janesville kind of has a half-ass airport.
Bigfoot
has
Airport.
An airport.
We're a big city over here.
Then I was like, well, an international airport. I was like, okay, so Rockford?
Yeah, is that an international airport?
Yes.
It is.
I think. Maybe it's regional. I
guess
know.
I don't know.
I don't
If
know.
I was gonna fly international, I'm looking at Milwaukee or Chicago.
Correct.
Like Rockford would not even cross.
Maybe
If I'm flying anywhere, Rockford probably doesn't cross my mind.
True that. I've only ever been to that airport to rent a van for a bachelor party, like totally unrelated to airports.
Yeah.
That just happened to be where there was a van available.
I'm just gonna probably stay away from Rockford as much as possible.
I don't know. Maybe international airports can be my reasoning.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that. I'm sure that there's going to be some stupid little airport that's going to, like, not be a thing. I don't know. I think that it's time that we get into discussing one of our favorite men of Hollywood.
He's so great.
William Henry Ferrell.
Total shot in the dark on the middle name.
Yeah, but I'm feeling confident.
I hope that's one of the questions.
Will Ferrell just has so many good bits. Even
Yeah.
his movies are great. He's one of those people that you like or you don't, and
Yes.
I like him, and if you don't, well, suck it.
You're wrong.
Yep.
Sorry.
He's great. And then beyond his movies, just all the bits when he was Ron Burgundy on the Dan Patrick
Right.
Show.
He took those movies like Ron Burgundy. Like how many? He did so many different things
So
as
many.
Ron Burgundy, and still does it. That is. I actually just watched. I think it was on Facebook. It was like a 5-minute video of a bunch of different
Yeah.
sports clips of his.
I was watching
where
that
he
too.
took the last one was when he took the ESPY award as Tiger Woods.
Yes. So good.
Oh
I
yeah.
also forgot they did that whole thing where he played baseball.
Yeah, I did too.
Totally forgot that was the thing that they made.
That was awesome.
He's just so great.
Yeah. How could you not like him?
Oh my god. Well, you're
Out
wrong.
there, if you don't like him, tell us why.
And then we'll tell you you're stupid.
Give us specifics.
Have you seen his thing on Dan Patrick as Ron Burgundy?
Yeah,
He
not
has
in a
him
while, though.
he has him like read through famous like sports calls, like broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like the way that he does it is so good. Like with the hockey one, like, do you believe in miracles? Yes. He goes, oh, he's skating down the ice. Oh, do you believe in miracles? Yes. Just like his delivery on everything is just so great all the time.
Yeah, and he does it differently for so many different characters. Like some people like I love Jim Carrey. I think he's hilarious, but so many of his characters are just so similar.
Agreed.
And yes, Will
He
Ferrell has some
makes
similar
like crazy faces and yells a lot.
Yes. But it also just it fits that character at that time. Will Ferrell has similar things, but also has just a wide range of different characters.
So good. And as such, to celebrate the man on this day that is likely not his birthday.
Gosh, wouldn't that be just awesome if it was?
That would be good. Playing Will Ferrell Jeopardy.
Oh gosh, I already.
It gives us an excuse to talk about Will Ferrell, and we like Will Ferrell. Jeopardy works okay with two people, even though, as we discussed last time, we have to allow ourselves to make the noises before reading the questions for the sake of competition. Tyler, what would you like to do? Oh, let's back it up.
Yeah.
The categories are childhood, fun facts, movies, family, miscellaneous.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I'm gonna do very well based
Same.
on these
It
categories.
seems kind of hard.
I was
sorry.
hoping there would be like
Only
the
movies.
movies would be the categories,
That
and
would
then
be
maybe throw
delightful.
in like a fun fact one. But
I mean, I could probably make that one.
yikes! All right, let's you know what, let's just start at the front. Let's go childhood 100.
Excuse me.
It's
We're
late.
recording this very late at night. I had a big old yawn.
We're right at Collin's bedtime, so we gotta hurry.
We're
this up.
past. We're like 3 hours past.
Oh boy.
Childhood for 100. Map. What school did Will attend? I'm trying to think. I feel like he went to a big college. UCLA.
I will say, what is old school? See what it did there?
Turtle Rock Elementary.
Oh,
Why didn't you know that, you idiot?
okay, but okay, this is childhood, so we should have known.
Childhood.
Turtle Rock, got it.
200. Why didn't you know that? Oh my God. Man. I'm going to go with Lizard Stone. What
All
middle
right.
school did Farrell attend?
I will say Turtle Boulder out middle school.
Rancho San Joaquin Middle School. Where the hell is he from?
That
All right,
should have been the first
this game
question.
sucks balls.
We're
Childhood
terrible.
for 300. Oh my God. Map. East High.
Dang it, that's what I was gonna say.
Ooh.
Oh, close.
University High School.
High. He was a wildcat. Beep beep.
Yes.
The question: Will called his third grade year what? What is hot garbage?
I'm going to go with Dirty Sexcapade.
Oh, the quote pivotal year.
Hey, that's what made all the difference in his career. Who knows this stuff?
Did Will Ferrell make this?
This is terrible.
We're gonna reach out to Will.
All right,
and
we're
see
going to
what's
only
on.
do the movies category.
Well, we could probably get fun facts.
Yeah.
That's about it. We're definitely not getting miscellaneous.
Hey, maybe, 500 for childhood, and then we're out of this
Is it
miserable
what
category.
college did he go to?
In which case, neither of us have any points at all. True or false? At his college, Will was known for walking into his friends' classes in a janitor's outfit. Map. I got a 50-50 shot, so I'll take true.
I would also take true.
Oh, true. He was also known for streaking with some friends from Delta Tau Delta. Is this old school that they're talking about?
That was old school based on him?
Might have been.
Probably.
Nice.
Hey.
500 points. We're on the board. I don't know why that was a true or false as a 500-point
Yeah,
question.
that should have.
This
like,
is horseshit.
50.
I'm not mad about it, but it's horseshit.
When we had to guess Joaquin Phoenix Middle School or
Let's
whatever
go
it was.
family because we'll get these shitty ones out of the way. 100 for family. Map. How many siblings does Will Ferrell have? The answer is 0.
I'm going to say 2.
1.
One brother.
Damn it. Oh, it's a stepbrother.
Oh, gosh. How did we
Dale.
forget about Dale? No, he did have one brother. Actual brother.
Map. Derek.
You know what
You
helps
want
with
to punch
shoulder
me in
pain?
the face.
You know what helps with shoulder pain? If you lick my butthole.
Is a bonita fish big? What age did Will's parents divorce? Bam. I think that they were 38 that year.
Wait, are we talking about the age of the parents or Will's age?
Oh, that's tough.
It's got to be Will. It
It's
says
gotta be
what
Will's
age did
age.
Will's? Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's got to be Will's
Okay,
age.
so then I'm going to go with 8.
Well, I'm gonna go back to that third grade question. You're probably
That was
right.
a pivotal year.
I'm gonna say 7. Oh,
8!
good guess.
What do you mean, guess? I knew that shit.
Good Will Ferrell knowledge for
That's
200
fucking
points.
right. Family for 300. This game is hard. Bap. How long has Will and his wife been married? He's 54, and they've been married since they were 24, so 30 years.
31.
2000 to present.
Oh, so 21.
21 years.
21
We
years
suck.
this year.
How embarrassing for us.
I'm glad they put it like that, since then that answer will never change.
True.
Smart.
Good thinking. Bap. What jobs did Will's parents have?
Why did we pick this game?
It's your idea. His dad was an architect, and his mom did those little parties that they have at bachelorette parties where she sells sex toys.
All right, I'm gonna hold on. I want to say his dad was a race car driver,
Oh, good choice.
and mom was did something in the health field like nurse or doctor.
I think that she sold medical supplies or sex toys. His mother was a teacher, and his father was a musician in the Righteous Brothers.
What?
That's like a real band.
Yeah, how did I not know that? That
Cool.
can't be right.
I still like our choices better.
Yeah, for sure.
500. Bap. How many kids does Will Ferrell have? That answer clearly is 2.
It's 1. Oh,
3 sons. Named Bill, Phil, and Jimmy Dickens.
Jimmy Dickskin. It's Dickens. That's
All
what
right,
I said.
you pick the next category. This game's a shit show.
Yeah, we're going to miscellaneous. Let's get those out
Get
of the way,
the-
too. Hey, you have 700 points, though.
Hey, killing it.
Beep. True or false? Will was named worst autograph signer in 2007 by Autograph Magazine. I'm going to go true.
I actually subscribe to that magazine. It is horribly boring.
The answer, true. Farrell admits he will make his fans earn it.
Oh, okay. So it's his willingness to sign
So-
autographs, not the quality of his
Yeah.
autograph.
Okay. But hey, I'm on the board.
You're on the board.
200.
Map. What does Will enjoy doing in some of his downtime? I'll take karate in the garage.
Masturbating.
He runs in marathons and raises money for charity. Why don't you just make me feel like shit about myself, Will?
How is this guy...
Go ahead.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay, I was
honestly.
going to yell, who the fuck enjoys running marathons, you psychopaths?
Oh, Will, what are you doing to us, man?
This is stupid. I'm mad now.
I'm learning so much about him, though.
Map.
What?
How many awards has Farrell been nominated for in total? And that. 36.
I'm going to say 0. Oh, my gosh. I'll give you those. You were 1 off.
37 is the
I'm giving you
number.
those points. Just the
Yes.
fact that you were right there, you can have them.
You know, 37 went through my brain.
Wow.
You should always go with an odd number.
Yep.
Bap. The one-man show that Will Ferrell did was called Between Two Hibiscuses.
I don't even have a guess.
You're welcome, America. A Final Night with George W. Bush. What? When was that?
That had to have been a Saturday Night Live thing.
Must have been. Miscellaneous for 500. Bap. True or false? Farrell joined a comedy group called the Groundlings. True. It's got to be true.
Gotta be true. The other two have been.
Unless it was the Airlings. Oh, true. Before joining the Groundlings, Will's comedy career had little to no success.
I wonder who else was in that group. Anyone good?
Yeah, I do always wonder. Those like little comedy troupes are always interesting to me.
Yeah.
You want movies or fun facts? Probably fun facts, yeah.
You're leading, so it's
Fun
your
facts
choice.
for one hundo. What is Will Ferrell's real name? Map. Benjamin William Ferrell.
What is Richard William Robert?
John William Ferrell. I was close, right?
Yeah. I don't remember what you said for his first name, though.
Not sure. I was not any closer than you. 200. His birthday.
Today.
Map. I think it's actually, if I remember correctly, it's April 11th.
August 3rd.
July 16th, 1967. That's 1 year after my father and mother. They're the old 66ers. Map. What group of comic actors is Will a part of? The Groundlings. I mean, him, sure. No, he's probably not anymore.
No. I don't know what it would. I don't know.
He's not on Saturday Night Live anymore.
I don't think so. No idea.
The Frat Pack.
What? Why is this? Oh, I did know that because almost all of them are in Anchorman. I didn't know that was the name of it, but I knew that they were all...
Jack Black, Ben Stiller, Steve Carell, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, and Luke Wilson. The tight end for the Seahawks. That's pretty bad.
No, this is a different Luke Wilson. He has 2 L's in his name, and this one only has 1.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is a funny group
When
of
Luke
people.
Wilson is the least known guy in that group,
That's pretty good.
Just Jack Black. I'm in.
Hey,
We should do Jack Black one.
39, but she still looks young. For 400. When Will was younger, he wanted to go into business like his father.
I'm going to say true, but it's probably false.
I'm going to go with false because his dad was a musician. Yeah!
That's a good call. I couldn't even remember that.
Will wanted to get a steady job because of his father being gone for months at a time and the unsteady paychecks.
Isn't business a steady job?
Well, that's what, yeah.
So
So he wanted to go into business, but his dad did not because he was in the Righteous Brothers. I'm not going to take points for that.
There was no steady paychecks in the Righteous Brothers?
You'd think there might have been. Map. What club did Will start as a joke in school? And that's the Dungeons and Dragons Club because those guys are nerds. The Reptile Club, which lasted for the first 2 meetings.
All right,
Okay.
Here we go.
Jeepers. This is pretty much the entire reason that we did this.
Yeah.
Giant waste of time. I'd like to apologize to all of you.
We learned so much about Will Ferrell.
We
I
did.
still love him after all
Yeah,
this.
he's great.
It's all good.
For 100. Map. What was Will's first big movie?
Oh, I know it. I think.
I don't know if I know it or not. I'm going to say... Damn it. I don't know when they all came out. I'm going to say Elf.
Nah, Night at the Roxbury.
Old
Old
school.
school.
I did consider that, but I thought that was later on.
So did I.
That's stupid.
Dumb.
200. What did Will Ferrell participate in during the 79th Academy Awards? Map. I'm going to go with a... What the hell is it called when a bunch of people sing and dance? Flash mob.
What does this have to do with? It has to do something with movies, doesn't it?
I don't know. Maybe movie people sang and danced.
Kicking and screaming.
A musical comedy performance with John C. Reilly and Jack Black. I don't know what that was, but it was probably awesome.
We're gonna have to look this up.
I love all of those people.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love it.
A Dewey Cox story. Remember when we watched that on the patio?
Not all of. Did we finish it? I think we finished
I
it.
think we might have. That was good.
Yeah.
Map.
Oh, dumb.
What television show did Ferrell star on for 7 years? What is Saturday Night Live?
Why is this in the movies? Shouldn't this just be titled Career?
Hey, that's some movies, man. Map. True or false? The other guys made $140 million while in theaters.
Forgot about the other guys.
Probably true.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly.
Gators bitches better be using Jimmy's. For 500. Map. What DreamWorks animation film did Will star in 2010? And it's the only one I'm aware of, so I'm going to say, what is Mastermind? No, Megamind. What is Megamind? That's it. Nice.
Wow, you crushed it.
Hey, just so you know, because I'm such an expert on things like the Doobie Brothers and sex toy sales, it was 2,700 to 100. This might be the only time on record we've had 27 times the score of an opponent.
What? I don't even remember what I got mine on. It was a true-false question, wasn't it?
I think it was a true-false.
I didn't even read it. I just saw true-false.
You always got to take your shot.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
50-50
that
chance.
game seriously was terrible. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I can't wait till we do another one. Let's do Jack Black next time.
What in the hell?
Or maybe we make one with all of, like, with specific movies.
I'm waiting for Katie to still make a music one so I can sing songs. But, yeah. I mean, Jeopardy works okay for the two of us to do.
Yeah.
And we discovered that other people have made Jeopardy games that we can play. Also,
Maybe we
positive.
just have to find one that's...
Maybe, but it's hard. You don't want to pre-screen them and already get my wheels turning.
I think... Well, yeah, that's true. But at least look at the...
Questions.
Categories.
Yeah. All right. This one sucked a lot. I'm sorry.
This one was just hard. Like,
Can I just apologize?
no, you won. Don't apologize.
Yeah.
Take it.
Take that.
Yeah. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it.
I don't ever lose sleep over anything.
Got that right.
Even if I'm really upset, I still just sleep like a baby.
Even if he's on fire.
Folks, we did okay on time. We're at an hour and 1 minute.
Nice.
We're going to wrap her up.
Get her done.
I'm going to crawl into my little bed.
Same.
I got
My bed, though, not yours.
Yeah. To confirm, he will not be staying in my house.
No, I will be back home. Don't worry.
Don't even worry. Yeah, we're going to peace out. I'll probably listen to this. No, I'm not posting this tomorrow. Who am I kidding? I'll post this when I get back. It'll be ready for you next week when you're at
Monday.
doing your thing. We used to post them on Saturdays, but literally no one listens on the weekend. So I'm going to allow
Monday's
myself to have the weekends to post these little suckers.
Yeah. Get her done on Sundays. Get it ready for Monday.
I don't think that I said it when we opened, but this was episode 16 of season 2, featuring the lovely and talented Tyler Heck, and I'm Collin Frederick. And you know what, folks? For the both of us, what we're gonna do right now is get the heck out of here.